check him out. That is pretty cute. That is pretty cute. So we got his legs, and we've got the top part. Now, I got this at the Craig Bachman warehouse sale. I also have some mesh over here that we're going to be cutting. We're going to be using 10-inch mesh ruffles. And then check this out. Look at that. Look at that. Purple and yellow football ribbon, which I got from the warehouse sale, because you can see it's got a price written on there. But that's so cute. Touchdown! And then I love the Harlequin pattern. I use this in blue and orange for some University of Illinois stuff, as well as some Chicago Bears stuff. Indicative of, not exactly, lest we get into legal trouble. So, all right, excellent. So I'm going to move this little guy to the side. And we're going to make our mesh base first. So this is Susie's triple stationary mesh roller. So you can see I've got each one on top of each other. They're in here, they're on these spindles, and they're separated out by this really cool plastic ring. You know, the kind that like separates clothes at a store. But that keeps the mesh from tangling into each other, which is awesome because I am very big on getting my mesh tangled. But what I have to cut 18 pieces of 18-inch mesh. And I don't want to have to make 36 cuts. I did math. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is lay this on top of each other. And I'm going to cut this one time, so this is a bit of a time saver. Just going to make sure I get it evened out. This is my rotary cutter. This is my friend, but also my foe. Always make sure that when you're done, boom, retract that right away. Otherwise, you'll get a bill for $1,000 from the ER like I did when I had stitches. All right, so I'm going to pull this out to 10 inches and cut it 28. That gives me 18 inches worth, okay? So I don't want you to look at this and think of cutting 28 inches. It's really only 18. So I'm going to cut all this. So 1, 2, come on. Get the fingers out of the way. Okay. So this is going to be our mesh. Yes, you do spy a ribbon tail board from Hot Mesh Mom. I love this so much. I used to cut my ribbon when I first started this. I would cut each ribbon individually. I would pull it out. I would measure it. I would dovetail it one by one. My gosh, what was I thinking? No longer, it took me so long to make a wreath. I'm like, Linda, what were you thinking? But you don't know. When you first start out, you don't know. You watch other people and you're like, oh, well, there's a better way to do that. So, I'm going to try not to have this cascade of mesh come flying down at me. I will do my best. So, what I'm going to do is, so you can see right now, they curled up together. So I've got my purple and I got my yellow. I'm going to start with my purple. So I'm going to curl it in about 3 times and curl it in about 3 times. Then I'm going to walk it up. You can almost hear that scraping sound. And then I'm going to open up a set of tines and I'm going to put it in there. Now I'm going to add another one to it, but I just kind of close it up temporarily. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops, come on, baby. I'm already starting to sweat. I should have put my hair up. Got my hair cut last night. More importantly, I got it dyed. I no longer look like a scary gray-haired crazy lady. All right. So now this one, I put the purple on the bottom and the yellow on the top. As I go around, I'm going to alternate that because I don't want one color to be more prominent. I want this to be pretty equal. So now I'm going to start with my yellow in the next one. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So, are you guys following the Super Bowl at all? I do. Yeah, the Lakers. Yeah, exactly, right? Here we go. That's the colors for them too. Except at least this is a football wreath. If it were a basketball player, that'd be perfect for the Lakers. At least I think it's basketball. I don't know. I don't do sports. I'm a terrible person, I know. Oh, here we go. All right, get the next set going here. Okay, so but to show you for right now, this is what it looks like right now with just the one set. Now we're going to go do the inside. The last set coming in here, then we get to move on to attaching our guy's legs. It is kind of weird he doesn't have a head. I'm going to be honest. That is a little freaky for me. It's like this disembodied body with no head, but that's okay because I think we'll put a bow or something up by the top. Maybe I should make one of the bows first, and then we can kind of place everything after that. I think we'll do that. So I'll make a bow after this. That's going to be at the top. But I'll put his body parts on there. That sounds dirty. But I'll kind of lay it out here right now. You can kind of see what we're going for. Snip. Okay, so this is, ooh, pretty. All right, so this is that. What I'm going to try to do is put in, now see, I don't want to put him in butt first because he has really cute feet. Look at the detail on those shoes. So I'm probably going to put him like that. And then I'm going to put the shirt kind of almost literally kind of like on top of it, to be honest. And then a bow up here. So it would look like kind of like this. This is what I'm going for. So kind of have a little bow up there that could kind of dip into this little V space here. This is the Easy Bows Design Pro. There's a smaller version of it that you can get. But I make a lot of bows, so I love it because it is wider. It goes, instead of 8 inches, it goes out to 10. It's got plastic pegs that clip in from the bottom, so these never fall out. It's just, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to start with, this is my base ribbon, this next, and then that on top. And then a 1.5 inch white on the top, because I don't have any purple or yellow. But white is fine too, because there's white in the wreath. So I think that's, no, I mean, it could be LSU. Wildflower B2, it could be. The nice thing about making something in generic colors and not specific for a team is you open yourself up not for just, you know, NFL teams or college teams, but a lot of local high school teams. So that is something to keep in mind as well. If you can keep it general, well, number one, it keeps you from getting sued, but it also makes, it widens your potential audience. All right, so I'm not going to be using any 4-inch mesh in here because I think there's already enough going into this wreath that I don't want to make it too massive. So I'm going to start, this is the bottom. I think I'm going to have this is going to be a rounded bow. It's not going to have long tails to hang down. It's going to be kind of rounded. So I'm going to start, I'm going to pull that out to like, maybe like 9 inches on the end there. Because I like to have my initial tails like hang out a little bit. And then I can always trim them, right? So this first loop, I'm going to have, let's do 8 inches. Because I want this guy, well, yeah, let's go 8 inches. Why not? I want this guy to be big. We want all guys to be big. Don't always get what we ask for, though. Sorry. Hey, it's Friday. I can be dirty if I want to. Alrighty. Here we go. And then I dovetail it. So if you don't know what dovetailing is, this is the wired edge on top and bottom. I fold it up in a taco so the two wired edges meet. About 1 inch from the outside. So I put my scissors. Then I cut toward the outside at an angle. And it makes a really pretty V shape. We like that. And then as I go, the reason I like the Easy Bow is it lets me, I really can play with where I want the loops to go as I am making it. So it gives me more control and I have less to fiddle with at the end. All right, next I'm going to go with, this is the football print. At least I think it's a football. I told you, when I tell you I don't know sports, I really do not know sports. I've been to like 2 hockey games. That's kind of it. All right, this tail, that other one came out to 8. This tail's going to come out kind of a little bit past 7. All right, and that loop was, I'd say about 7.5. So this one I'll probably pull out to about maybe 7. Because when I pull this bow in, I tighten it, it's going to pull it in. So I need to make sure that the loops are wide enough and big enough where it's not going to make this bow shrink and look like it's hunched its shoulders and I'm trying to shove it where it doesn't need to be. All right, here we go. Pull the loop down. All right. Pull that loop down, and then this one will come up here. All right. And then I'll show you how I layer this one. So we're going to kind of go the opposite way of how we had the other one layered. We're going to have, so we got the purple, and then the harlequin, and then purple, and harlequin, purple, harlequin, purple, harlequin. There we go. This is going to be cool. Now, the bow for the top is going to be larger. The bow that I'm going to put kind of below each arm is going to be smaller. I don't want it to be super massive. I also don't want it to look like he's running down with 2 bows tucked under his arms trying to, throw them for a pass, for a touchdown. Now, this is directional ribbon. You can see it says touchdown, right? So I have to pay attention, and I may have to twist my loops so that I don't want anything to be upside down like that. I don't want any upside down football heads. Helmets. Helmets, they call them, I think. Okay, so this tail probably be close to 7, but you can tell it's smaller than that, and it's kind of roughly about where that one hit. That's how I do mine. Maybe a little bit longer. Okay, pinch and twist. That's the key to bows. Pinch and twist. All right. Now I'm going to bring this one in. This loop is going to come in at about, I don't know. We'll do like 7, okay? 7. Pinch and twist. Bring that loop out to 7. I'm sorry if all you're seeing is the back of my arm. 7, okay. Pinch. And trim it. I even have a little tiny football too that we're going to put in this wreath somewhere. It's really cute. I forgot I had it until last night, and I found it. I was very excited. Okay, so game time comes down, touchdown. We can see that one says touchdown. Now this one's kind of supposed to be up there, but it's backwards. So I'm going to twist that whole loop. You can just twist the whole freaking loop. And then there, then it doesn't look, it looks like you took the time to make sure that it looks right. So this is where we're at right now. Hopefully you can see that, okay? All right, now we're going to top it off with a 1.5 inch ribbon. And I dovetail my ends first because I don't want to forget to dovetail them at the end. I forget a lot of stuff. I'm not as young as I used to be. I forget a lot. So here we go. Pull this loop. This loop will probably come in at like 6. I think that's good. A loop at 6 and a loop at come in at 6. Okay. And then there we go. All right. So what I need then is, well, first of all, I gotta get my ribbon out of the way and clean up the tails. I'm OCD. I always have to clean it up as I go. Oh, Jeanette, I get my mesh from, I get it from Craft Outlet generally, or Deco Exchange as well. Affiliate link in bio. But it's a better quality mesh than I get in the stores. But, you know, in a pinch, some of the holiday ribbon that they do make is a little bit nicer, like at Michael's and Joann. But the problem is you only get about 18 feet instead of 30. So I don't like that so much. So because this top ribbon is white, I'm going to use a white pipe cleaner. And then I zip tie all of my bows. So I'll zip tie it, and then I'll put this pipe cleaner along the back so you can watch what I do. I'm gonna grab this, squish it up, hold it in my hand like a big old sandwich, right? I tuck that right in the back so you can see, kind of right in the back, kind of dead center. And I use a zip tie. You can also just wrap the chenille stem around the bow, but then that gives me like less length, and I only get like, I think the 12-inch zip ties or the 12-inch chenille stems. But you can get longer ones at Deco Exchange. All right. Now, speaking of Deco Exchange, here are my Deco Exchange. These are good snips. These are great snips. I've made the mistake of using my nice orange-handled scissors to cut these too many times, and then they go dull. So I'm trying to seriously reserve this only for ribbon. Doesn't always work out that way. So let's play with our bow here. Let's figure out how I want it to be. I just added in the white. And again, I'll play with it too once I get it on the wreath. I just like to have it kind of laid out well now, so it gives me a better feeling for how this is going to look. And typically when I've got my 1.5-inch ribbon, I like to kind of make it come like up and down with the tails. All right, so on the back, you see our chenille stem. I'm going to pull it up to the front here. Oops, there we go. It was hiding behind there. But then I like to, oops, come on. There we go. I like to twist it here so that it doesn't slide when I go to try to put it in the wreath. All right, so now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get this bad boy on the wreath. All right, so here we go. I don't have a particular point that needs to be at the 12 o'clock position on this. So, but I do want to make sure, because I want to have my zip tie like around something like this. So I'll probably make this my 12 o'clock. Alrighty, so if I started with this on the top, so I'm going to put this in here. Now, I don't think that this is going to be the final location. I'm kind of just putting it in here for me so that I can have a good idea as to where this is going to go. Probably there. So I'm going on this side of it. There we go. Alrighty. I don't want to pull too tight, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a twist around the back. So you can see I just literally twisted it right around there. I'll mess with that more once it's more final. But for now, let's just kind of fluff it, play with it. Okay. Sorry, I don't have any Chiefs or Eagles or whoever colors. But I figure at least I have something football themed, right? That counts. I want credit for that at least. All right. So then we got shirt and butt. I'm going to put the shirt in now. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe I should put it on my wreath stand. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Here's my head again. Hello. And this is the wreath stand that I use. I really like it. It has an open back, so I can stick my hand through and get what I need to, but some people like the ones with a solid back. You can just search anywhere on Etsy for wreath stand, and that should get you what you want. So I'm going to try to move you back here. I want you to be able to see as much as possible. All right, this is as far back as I can get you guys, so I'm going to try to put as much in. I've got as much here in view of the screen as possible. Okay, so you can see the bow is up here. And then here's the back of the shirt. So it has these Velcro things on here, which I think were used just to display it at Craig Bachman. So I don't have a need for that. I'm going to get rid of that, because all I really need here are the wires. So you can see that there are wires in the back of here that have gone through the shirt. So I can just take those wires and literally attach it onto the metal frame. So I'm going to start I do want to kind of make sure this is kind of like pushed in here. I don't want it to be sticking too far out, so I want him nestled in there pretty good, and then I can, you know, bring this down. So I'm gonna pull that up a little bit more. Now, fortunately, there are 2 wires, the length of wire on here, so I can actually bring it through and just kind of separate the wires out so that one is on top, one is on bottom of the wreath frame, and then just kind of twist it around there. All right, and I can tighten it later. I just want to try to get it up there and balanced for now, so I can show you now. You'll be able to see here. I've got, so there are these 2 wires that are coming out of here, and it came like this, already made. So I'm going to, where are you going? I'm going to separate them out and try to bring it across in here, probably through here. I don't want to try to put it over or through any of the ruffles if I can avoid it. I just want to get it right directly to the metal. And of course, because people are watching, I'm not going to be able to. I have performance anxiety. All right, here we go. All right. So I've got it through there. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't. But let me describe it to you. I'm just going to twist this wire against itself. All right. There he goes against himself. He's pretty good there. Now I might have to adjust the other side, make it a little tighter, come a little bit higher up. It's like alterations, right? You know, sometimes you do it the first time and you still need a little bit of a tweak before you get the exact fit you want. So I'm going to undo him a little bit. All right. Come on, undo, undo, undo. The longer this takes, the more people are going to get bored and leave. Come on. Here we go. Alrighty. I just don't want him to look too rounded, but I think that's pretty good. I'll push that to the side. So he looks pretty flat and flush against there. I might want to actually move this. Maybe I can move that up against there. What I want to try to do is have something underneath it so it doesn't start sliding. I don't want it to start sliding down the wreath. So if I have that, oh, that's probably not gonna, oh, there we go. This might be tight, but I think I'll be able to get it. Bear with me. Oh, this is exhausting. This is why I don't work out, because this is already like a workout. So, like, why do it twice? Because you're chubby and you need to lose weight, Linda, that's why. Oh gosh. All right, here we go. All right. All right, so he's attached to the back one. He's not going to slide anywhere. That one's not going to slide anywhere. Just want to make sure the mesh placement looks okay, that he looks good where he is. This is coming down here to kind of, there. I don't want it to, like, I don't want to be looking up at the top of the bow. I want the bow to be kind of coming down, looking on the dude. Okay, I love that. Now we've got his legs. So I got to do the same thing here. I'm going to snip off this Velcro. Now these wires are a bit more sturdy and a bit longer, so maybe I'll have a bit of an easier time getting these in there. I just think he's so cute with his feet. I love it. He's like a cute little dude. Okay, hopefully we're still live. Here we go. So he is going to kind of come down. And I want it to be like I don't want to see this gap here. I want it to be like a tighter buckle in. So I'm going to make sure he's in there. But I love how those feet hang out. It reminds me of, okay, I'm dating myself here. When I was a kid, Cabbage Patch Kids were like the big thing. But before they had like the mass-produced Cabbage Patch Kids, they had these Cabbage Patch Kids that were like the handmade ones that had like more like the cloth body and were like a little bit bigger and different sized. That's what this reminds me of. All right. Let's see, but if I do that there, So I'll just make it tighter. That's what I'll do. All right, I'm going to move him around so I can get my hand back here. Sorry you guys can't see this right now, but I'm literally just taking those metal wires, just wrapping it around each other. Well, that don't look good. It looks strong. Here we go. let's get the bottom of your body on you, buddy. All right. So I've had this in my garage, and every time I would come in my garage, he would be staring at me like, lady, why aren't you making me? So I feel good. I feel like I'm now doing him justice, right? All right. So I have fed those wires through the mesh. Make sure my mesh still stays in a good spot. All right. He looks good there. Now, uh-oh. I dropped the footballs. You're going to have to see the back of my head again, guys. Sorry. All right, just wrap these around each other. And when I'm done, I'll go back and clean this up. I'm not going to do this on a live right now. I'll clean that up later. But this is how he's hanging here for now. And I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm going to make these a little bit more loopy, not quite as long, but more rounded. I think that looks good. And I can put some, see, I've got a spot right here. I can put a set of ribbon tails in there as well. So, so I got the bow. I was going to put some more bows around here, but I don't think I'm going to do that because, first of all, I think that might make it look just a little too full and detract from Mr. Football Player Dude. But also, I just think that might be a little too much, and there's not a good, like that one's okay. I guess I could put it in there. Yeah, I might do that. Okay. All right, I'm going to put him to the side. Here, he's going to go that way. You can see him from the side. I'm going to make my bows really quick. Make some more now. I don't think I need to make it as big or as wide as the bows that I did before. Actually, no, I'm going to start with the Argyle. That's what they call it. Harlequin or Argyle on the bottom. And I should have enough to do 2 bows and then add in some different, I can make some loops with some of these ribbons. I can do a little cascading down. And a lot of stuff we can do. These are just going to be some smaller bows. I don't want anything massive. The top one needed to be bigger because it had to cover more up there, obviously. But okay, I'll do that to 7 and to 7. Boom, down and up. And I'll do 2 of these. I wasn't really doing this as a tutorial so much as just, hey, I'm going to make something. Watch me make it. Usually I would try to have some of this pre-made or cut ahead of time. Tarnation Creations! Hey girl, how are you? I hope you're having an awesome Friday. There we go. 7 going down to here. Doo-doo-doo. I like this football ribbon because it's not directional, so I don't have to think too much. All right. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. All right. Oh, I've been seeing so many people make all these beautiful, beautiful spring grapevines, and I gotta start getting on some of that too. I've made a couple, but not a lot. Not a lot, but if you don't follow my friend Tarnation Creations, you absolutely should, because she does beautiful work and great videos and wonderful inspiration. Alrighty. Time for the touchdown. Now the touchdown is the directional, so we're going to watch the direction we're putting this in. Boom. Alright. That goes down. This bow comes down. This loop's going to come over here, but we're going to flip it around later. Alright. I'm excited to get this done. Then I can go watch Titanic tonight with my daughter and not feel guilty that I should be at home making something. I haven't been really making a lot because I do business analysis for mail order pharmacies, and I do consulting. And I've been on a project that is taking more time than I initially thought it was going to. So I said, yeah, I could probably, let me do about like 10 hours a week, right? Just to kind of supplement some stuff. Well, it doesn't help when that 10 hours is spread out. Oh, 2 hours here, 1 hour there. Then I can't really go anywhere or do anything. So has not been ideal, but it's been a fun project with fun people. So that always makes it worthwhile. But I do pretty much try to get this going as a full-time business. I have been lacking in since December. I think I got burned out, with Christmas and everything else. Just got burned out. So now I am trying to rededicate myself to the effort. I'm going to Wreath Makers Live, which I cannot wait. That's in July. That is the highlight of my year. Like, I super, super cannot wait. All right, and you get 2 white chenille stems. Here we go. Chenille stem. It's pipe cleaner. All right. Pick up this chubby bubby bow. Stick you on the back. Wrap you around the front. I just finished lunch and I was thinking I could either make a wreath live or I could watch some General Hospital. Because I just finished watching, I don't know if anybody watches A Million Little Things. Yes, it is a football player. And from the looks of it, he's got a tight end. Yeah, that's the only football joke that I know. He does have a tight end. Wow. My husband had a great butt. I'm a butt girl. He just had a really nice tight end. I miss it. Something good to grab onto. Spank as I walk on by. Alrighty. So we've got one made. I'm going to do the other one since I got everything out. So, okay, these are both looking good. So I'm going to bring my football player in here again. I want to make sure you guys can see. Alright, so we've got 2 of these. I think I'm going to put, let me see. Oh, he goes this way. Again, I had to make sure I was paying attention to what direction the ribbon was going. So this one's going to go on this side. I'm going to put him in. Where's the other part of my chenille stem? Here we go. Alright, make sure I twist it like that. Just real simple so it doesn't slide anywhere. I'm going to put him down here. Okay. Now this one, there isn't a good opening where there's already an existing set of tines, so I'm going to just push that through the mesh. And this is very wide and sturdy mesh, so that doesn't hurt the mesh at all. All right. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to tighten this across the back. Ooh. Sorry, as I pulled, I felt something pull in my back. Oh no, what did I do? All right. I will clean that up later. I like to, when I'm done with the wreath, I like to go around and take a look at the back and make sure everything looks good. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I like the tails are kind of coming around to him a little bit, and the loops are kind of more on this side, which is fine. It almost looks like he's holding like a set of pom-poms. It's kind of cool. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side. All right. Oops. This in there. This in there. All right. I'm going to put this one here. And this will be good too because it hides the wires that are kind of holding him in place. So I don't want to put this pipe cleaner through a set of tines. I want to go on the opposite side. That way if I have to open up these tines, this doesn't get in the way and I can still open it up and put some ribbon tails in there if I need to. I just don't want to, you know, cut off my nose despite my face. Which, why would anyone ever cut off their nose? I don't know. My daughter told me the other day that I've got a big nose. I'm like, what? I always thought I had one of those like cute little noses. It kind of looks like a little tiny baby hamster when I look down at it. So now I'm self-conscious about it. I've been given a complex by a 10-year-old. Eh. I'll save it for my therapist. Alrighty. Well, now that is stinking cute. I am really liking this. This is turning out much better than I actually had anticipated. So now I'm going to go through, we're going to stick some ribbon tails down there. So here I'm going to use my ribbon tail board. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to make some loops because I want to put some loops here. So I'm going to do the argyle pattern, I think. So I'm just going to dovetail an end, give myself some room to work with, right? Let me see where I'd want that. Maybe I want to, you know, okay. I've been doing this a lot lately, but I want to try to do these like little loopies going down the sides. That way it doesn't look like bows or too bowy. You know. Alright, so I've layered these on top of each other and I've dovetailed them. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to open up this one up top. Put that in there. Twist it. And then I'm going to separate these out. Because I have that argyle pattern there, I'm going to move it to that side. I don't want it to be two patterns against each other. So I've got this, okay. And now I'm going to just take this on top of each other and go down maybe to here. So I want, these were all in the outside ring. So I kind of passed two. I skipped a ring and then I came down to one. Goes after it. And then I will separate these out. Might pull it up a little bit more. There we go. And then I'll cut these down here. And then dovetail these. And I'm still going to put some more ribbon tails in there. This is just how I'm going to build out some of this. To add some fullness and some ribbonies. And you'll see here, I did opposite. So argyle on the left, argyle on the right, argyle on the left. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Same ribbon because I'm very big on symmetry. It's got to be symmetrical for me. Alrighty, here we go. Dovetail these babies. Alright, that was about good. Give myself some room to work with. And that was right here on the other side. Oh wait. Oops. I had the wrong one on top. What are you doing, lady? Get with the program, Linda. Alright. There. And we're going to put them on top of each other. And it's going to come down to here. So let me take a look and see. Is that compared to the other side? And you can always open the tines and adjust it too. It's just hard to add more length after you've put it in there. But I don't want this to be like, I don't want the loops to stick out like super far. Just enough for the adding some interest in here. Maybe pull it a little bit more. I don't want to feel it like pulling against the mesh behind it. And I like this method too because then I end up having to put in less ribbon tails. Sometimes putting in the ribbon tails is like one of my least favorite parts. It all depends what kind of day I'm having, to be honest. I need a little bit more wiggle room. Let's pull it up a little bit. All right. This is looking good. And it kind of hides the fact that he doesn't have arms. How can he play football if he doesn't have arms? I don't know. I mean, maybe there's an adaptive way that they can do it for him because he deserves that chance too. All right, here we go. All right, now I've done that. So now so I can still see these tines here pretty prominent, and there's kind of like a gappy thing in there. This is where I'm gonna make a loop with this ribbon. So I'll do this one first because it's angled over that way. Hopefully you can see it all right. Figure out how long do I want this tail in there to come out. Oh, probably. I want this tail to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to have a bow or a loop that's going to be about that size. And then I'll trim it. And I can always pull it in. Make your loop a little bit bigger. And you can always fix it when you're done. I just open it back up. Put it in. Twisty, twisty. And I'll try to kind of like put it over that. So maybe I can put it behind. Oh, that's better. Yep. Let's put that behind there. Then you can see where it says game time and touchdown and all that fun stuff. All right. I think I want that to kind of come down toward the front, kind of like almost like over the shoulder. And do the same thing with the other side. How far are we going here? That's pretty good. Alrighty. That looks good. I just eyeball most of this. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go over here so you can see. Oops, I don't want to lose that ribbon. I don't want it to fall on the floor like my other ones did. I still don't know if I'm going to use those footballs or not. Okay, so wrap that, and I'm going to put the tines behind the loop. All right, let's see how this is looking. Oh, I like that you can see this one says touchdown. You can see that one says game time. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And I'm going to make sure that this kind of, the loop goes between the two ribbon tails right there. So you can see how it kind of fits right nicely right between there. Okay, so we're looking good on the top. I think I am going to put a set of ribbon tails in here. So let's cut us some ribbon tails using my board from, again, Hot Mesh Mom. It's shophotmeshmom.com, and you can find her on social media at Hot Mesh Mom. I love these. There's a set of 2. The other ones I think are 11 and 12 inch. This set is 13 and 14. So you get both of them in a set, and it is such a time saver. It makes sure that everything is even. I used to, like, the second phase of me cutting ribbon was I would wrap it around cardboard. You know, oh, this will work. But then the cardboard gets flimsy, and then all of a sudden your ribbons are not the same length. So, didn't like that. You know what I noticed? Well, I guess that kind of covers enough. I didn't know if I needed another loop down here with the loopies, but I don't think so because you don't really see it. Not looking from the front anyway, so I don't want to waste that ribbon. So I'm going to cut, let me cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of each. I don't normally cut it like that. I don't know why I just did. All right, then I slide it off slide my scissors right through there, turn it around, slide my scissors right through there. All right, I'm gonna back you up, dude. All right, now I'm just gonna dovetail it. Sometimes I tend to stack too many ribbons and dovetail them all at the same time, and then they don't end up being even. So I'm trying to limit myself to cutting like 3 at a time, unless I have like super good, super sharp scissors. I do have other scissors. It's just, you know, when you get a favorite pair of something and you just keep using it just out of habit. Yeah. Here we go. All right, I got 6 of those. Let me do 6 of this touchdown ribbon. So now I have my 3 sets of ribbons over here. I'm hoping you can see them okay. And I'm just going to start grabbing different patterns and putting that in the wreath. I'm going to put the argyle on top of here. This one I'm going to put up right in here. I've been seeing this spot the whole time, and I knew I needed one for him in there. So I'm going to do that, and there we go. And then I think it just adds, it fills it in a little bit more, and then I can pull this bow further down. You won't even see these little yellow tines in there. Gets all covered up, and I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Sorry. I haven't even started drinking yet. It's Friday, but I'm sober. I'm just weird. All right, this one I'm going to put football behind and the touchdown in front. And let's see. Pardon me, I'm getting a little fresh with you, sir, but I think that your junk needs some ribbon tails. Sorry. Hey, I've been widowed for like 2 years, you know? Let a girl get whatever excitement she can where she can. There ain't much going on. Alrighty, I like that. Now there's another set underneath here too. I'll put a set down there, going this way. So this is on the outside ring. Sometimes I'll leave the wreath on like flat when I'm doing it, but if it's got like bigger attachments, I like to hang it up when I'm putting on some of the ribbon tails, because I really want to see what it's going to look like finished. I don't want to end up putting ribbon tails in and then I hold it up like to hang it and then I'm not happy with it. So, all right, come around this way. There's a set over here. I'm going to do touchdown with argyle. I might end up having to cut up some more of one of the patterns. And then whatever I've got left over is not enough to make a wreath, so I will probably end up making a bow and listing the bow by itself. I was surprised, like 2 years ago I really started selling bows, you know, because Damon and the Deco Exchange crew were always like, sell bows. If you know, Tam's like, if you're making a bow anyway, got the ribbon, you might as well make a bow and sell it. She was right. She knows what she's talking about, because I actually sold quite a few bows. And it was nice. Anything to help get a sale. All right, I'm going to come in here now and put some tails in here. And I'm going to use this one and probably the game over. Just, I don't think like we've seen this pattern enough in here, so I'm going to put it right in here. Oh gosh, I've got a bead of sweat going down my face. If I turn my fan on though, you're not going to be able to hear me. But usually I've got a fan going. All right. Now there's another set in here, and I feel like I do need to put ribbons in there, because otherwise it's going to look... There's going to be a bald spot in there, so I'll go with the argyle and the argyle on this, because I've already got game time there, game time there. I don't want to overdo the game time one. And you know what? I just realized. Sorry, guys. Hold on. My directional ribbon. I had it going the wrong way. That's why directional ribbon always messes me up, man. If you make wreaths, I'm sure you kind of have the similar experience. You get it all done, you're like, oh crud, it's facing the wrong way. All right, I'm gonna put this in here. I always figured I was gonna have to cut more of one of the kinds of ribbons. I want to tuck these tines down in there. I don't really want to see them too much. I'm not intentionally trying to like hide them, but if I can tuck them in there where they're not as visible, I'd prefer to do that. All right. And I like that this is popping out now. This gets offset a little bit better. I like that. Okay. I might come back and put something in that spot. I'm not sure yet. But here I'm going to put this kind of coming down that way. This coming over there. All right. I might come back and put some tails in here. Not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna. Just do it now, Linda. You're on that side. All right. All right, I'm using the purple background with the touchdown ribbon. I don't want it to end up looking skimpy. I mean, it's a balance between too full and too skimpy. There we go. Now I feel really bad. All this talk about football and I haven't really been following it. All I know is, surprisingly, with all these football games and all these Super Bowl parties, the price of soda has skyrocketed. Can we talk about this for a minute, please? Can we talk about this national crisis going on? $8.99 for a 12-pack of Diet Coke. I could get beer and drink cheaper than it would cost me for a 12-pack of Diet Coke. What is going on? It might be cheaper for me to go drink some gasoline. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm just beside myself. I'm just beside myself, guys. I love my Diet Coke. It's literally the only thing that has gotten me through the last couple of years. Okay, I'm doing something here, guys. Hold on. Adjusting some of these ruffles because I don't like how they're laying with Mr. Football Player. So hold on a second. Bear with me. Of course, it's stuck on something else. All right. Here we go. I had a bit of a hole there with the mesh. So now I'm bringing it forward because I'm going to put some ribbons here. I'm going to put them in the exact same places that I put them on the other side because, again, this is a wreath that's pretty symmetrical. And it would look weird to me if I didn't. All right, so let me cut the rest of my purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got 4 ribbon tails. All right, I'm going to put, what did we do over here? We didn't do one up there, but we did here. So we did Argyle and a purple football. So I'm going to do that there. I know I'm sometimes a little too matchy-matchy with how I'm doing some of this stuff. Bye, Tiger Tail. All right. Hello to everyone who's just joining. We are doing a football wreath in honor of, I guess there's some big football game or something on this weekend. I don't know. I don't do sports. I should. I don't know. I was in the marching band in high school, so I didn't watch the football games, but I at least was there. Does that count? Do I get credit? Alrighty. Oh, here we go. Come on in. Okay, that's good. Then this was Game Time and Solid Purple. Okay, touchdown Solid Purple. We're getting there. I'm excited. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough ribbon left to make an actual extra bow when we're done with this. I think, based on the tails I've added, we've actually almost used it all up. I think each of these spools of ribbon, I mean, I got the one for like $3 at Craig Bachman on the clearance, but the other ones I ordered from Craft Outlet, and I can't remember. It probably was like maybe like $6 or $7 a roll. So there's a lot of ribbon invested in this wreath, which is why I'm hoping I can at least sell it for a decent price. All right, come on. There you go. Now you're better. All right, I'm gonna put another set of tails down here, and this was, on this side was a, okay, the purple football and the purple wording. All righty. Getting that over here on this side. You can see we are almost done. This is exciting. I should probably find out who's doing the Super Bowl. Is it Rihanna? I can't remember. I don't know. After Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake and Nipplegate, I kind of stopped watching. But I should watch because the commercials are good. I think what turned me off was we had to do a school thing once where the kids had to watch the Super Bowl and chart something or other, and by the end of it, my brain was just like, not having it. Not having it. All right, and then I think we need to do one more down here. I'm going to do whatever was left. There was a set right down here. This is the last set, guys. And then I do have that cute little footballs that I got to go get on the other side of my table. Because I still have my glue gun on. Which I usually don't turn it on until I know for sure that I'm going to be gluing something. Because I'm very afraid of, you know, house fires or anything like that. So I'm super, super cautious. So let me go get my little football and I'll show you guys what it looks like. These are actually Easter eggs. So, I mean, I got these just for something else, but they come apart, so I don't want to use anything that cheapy in here. I have these. Yay! And I think I might end up putting them, like, up here. Or somewhere where they can really kind of, like, poke out. So I have 2 of these. But I'm not going to use the little plastic thing that is hanging on. I'm going to end up gluing it. So I'm just going to snip those off. Snippy, snippy. Oh, God. I snipped my chest. No, we don't want to cut that off. No, 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 no. Okay. All right, so let's do a little final adjustment here before I decide to glue anything in. So this is the bow. Alrighty. Coming up there. Tucking his little shirt in. I actually think I want to add a little bit of dab of glue here and here. Because I want to make sure that I get this. I want it to kind of stay together. And I don't want to see that inside. There we go. There we go. Sorry, it's going to hold me together for a minute. I don't want to see that fleece because it's pilling a little bit on the inside. So, there we go. Okay. So now these footballs, I think I'm going to put one over here. I know it kind of hides it though. Maybe I'll, yeah, you know what? Yeah, but see that one's under his arm. So, I don't know if the location of that is the best. But I could put like one there and one there. Because if I put it up any higher, you're not really going to see it. Alright. So, it's really just what do I glue it to then, right? I normally don't like gluing things in a metric wreath. Woohoo! I fumbled. Ha ha! That was funny. No, it wasn't. Get a life, Linda. Okay. All right, I'm going to put the glue on the back here, and we'll see. Let's just hope for the best. Hope, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. All right, going to put that there. I'm going to put on a little bit of an angle. Okay, and then this one, I will do like this. All right, let me fix this ribbon back here though. There we go. All right. Oh, you know what? I should have put that on the other side. Hold on. Hold on. I'm switching footballs. That little part where I cut off the plastic was, ooh, here we go. I don't want to see a little hole where the hanger was coming out of before. All right. Now I'll put the other one in there, and I'll put it that way so it's not as obvious. Oh, just got glue on my fingernail. Oh, no, no, no. I'll live. All right. Here we go. Putting on the glue. Put on the glue. Here it goes. Do, 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 do. And boom. There we go. That looks much better. Okay. So we've got that in there. That is, I glued it onto the tines as opposed to trying to glue it onto the ribbon because I think it'll stick better. There's more to adhere to there, but there we go. Okay, so, all right, let me take you off the stand here and I can maybe give you a bit better of a view further back. All right, so here is our finished wreath. I'm going to go in, you can take a look. This is the top. Coming around the side here. Got the little football coming down toward the bottom. Oh, I need to fluff that bow. Hold on, I need to fluffing my bow. Fluffing my bow. There we go. I'll fluff a little more when we're done. But look at that detail on the shoe. Isn't that so cute? And then we've got enough ribbons on the bottom. We've given him coverage, right? And we've got the bow coming out there. And then this is the side. So there's that little loop. There's little cascades of ribbon coming down. And then here we go with the bow. So there we go. In honor of Super Bowl weekend. Go Eagles, go Chiefs. Sorry, bipartisan here. All right, I hope everybody has a fantastic Super Bowl party. I hope if you're in pools, you win. And thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on TikTok and Facebook, and you can see my available creations at sweetariadecor.com.